Hey everybody, CW here, Card Wolf, because I'm always on the hunt for great cards. Today is mail day, as promised. We did a special all-green pack St. Patrick's Day episode yesterday. Nine Pockets thinks I should call it St. Patrick's Day next year, which I think is a good suggestion. I think I'm going to do that. We got, if you didn't see that episode, you should check it out. We got some good cards out of those green packs. Today, however, we are doing some mail day fun, and this is stuff that I have picked up online over the last few months or so. I've got my tea here because, as you can probably tell, my voice is still a little rough today from the cold that I've been fighting, but it's not too bad. I kind of think I might be getting better. Can't tell. But in any event, I've got three things to open on the channel here. This is some small lot of vintage cards. This is a modern card, and this is a Pokemon card, if I have remembered what everything is correctly. I think so. This is stuff that I picked up over the last, I think it might even go back all the way to December. I don't remember, but in any event, the most recent one is this Pokemon card. I picked that up in the last few weeks, and I'm excited to see it in person. It is an illustration rare, which is pretty neat stuff. It's rare, but they use an artist, kind of does whatever they want with it, and they use kind of a different treatment of the character typically, and often the art is quite appealing and quite interesting. And so in this case, it was a character that it's kind of a character that I find kind of bland. It's a character called Fletchender, which is a bird character in Pokemon, but the art is quite neat. I'm actually going to take it out of this sleeve so you can see it a little better, and we'll get that in focus, and you'll be even more excited about it. There you go. And it's a full art. All of the special illustration rares are full arts, and I believe, yeah, there you can see. So this is pardon me, this is an illustration rare. It has flat sort of foil on it. These special illustration rares have sort of a pattern in the foil, and the Fletchender is not a rare character. The Fletchender is a pretty common or uncommon type of character. It's not usually on a rare card, and so that gets the regular illustration rare treatment. Really cool illustration in my opinion, and one that I was happy to get. It's one that I've been wanting for a while. It's again, not an expensive card. This was a pretty inexpensive card, but it's just I like the art a lot, and so I thought, why not go ahead and get that as a single, because it seemed unlikely I would ever get it from a pack. And those are pretty rare, so I'm happy to get that one. This one is, as I said, a modern baseball card, and I've got all the equipment here. I've got scissors and Mr. Kershaw and all kinds of other equipment here. I think I can slide that in there, maybe? Will that work? I don't know if I did that right. Yeah, I think that'll work. There we go. And this is, I believe it's an Otani, if I'm remembering this correctly. This is the one I ordered probably the longest ago. This one was either from late December or early January, and I've talked before about there being certain times of the year that are the best time to buy singles. For baseball, I have found it to be from about mid-December through to about early or mid-February seems to be the best time to buy singles. People aren't thinking about baseball. They're thinking about basketball and hockey and football, all of which are being played at that point. And they're especially thinking about football. So the baseball stuff just doesn't sell as well, so you can get better prices. This was an auction, and I did pretty well with this card. I think it's one that I had wanted for a while. And as you can see, there are two. I don't know what that is. But anyway, it's two Otani Chrome rookies, and they had both of these on auction as a lot. And I have several Otani rookies, but I didn't have these, and I thought, you know what? Those are pretty cards, and I don't know why they keep going out of focus there. Sorry about that. But in any event, those are cards that I thought I really needed to add to my Otani collection. They were really low price. I am still kind of surprised. I don't know if I think he did something weird in the listing where he didn't have rookie in the title of the listing, and so I think people didn't notice what was actually in the listing somehow. I'm not sure. Of course, there are a lot of Ohtani listings that have gone up in the past year or so. I mean, the guy is probably the most talked about player in baseball, but in any event, I was pleased to get two of those for really, honestly, I got both of those for the price of one at that point. And as often happens if you buy singles during that period and you get a good price, you very soon see those prices go up as we get closer to opening day, and that's what's already happening with those Ohtani Chrome rookies. Very nice card. Certainly not his most desirable rookie by any means, but it's one that I didn't have, and when I saw two for essentially the price of one, I couldn't resist that. So I feel good about that pickup. Those look very nice. This is a small lot of vintage cards, and I guess I got this, I think it was in early February. I'm trying to remember, but I think that's, yeah, I'd have to go back and look, but I believe it was early February, and it was a lot I couldn't pass up, especially for the price, and I think it's a good lot. There's one card in particular in here that I really was drawn to, and it's why I kind of went for this lot. This one card, you'll immediately be like, oh yeah, that's a perfect card for my PC. If you watch the channel, you know who I like to collect, and there's one card in here that is just perfect. And then the rest of them I was kind of like, well, it would be nice to have some of those and some other ones. I can probably find another home for, or maybe resell. These are all 1967 Topps baseball, and the seller has put the ubiquitous painter's tape on here that they always use these days. And sometimes I find this stuff peels off really easily, and it's quite easy to deal with, and then other times I find that it is kind of a pain in the butt to get off here. It is definitely better than using just regular Scotch tape or packing tape or something like that, like you would use on a package or whatever. It's definitely way better about coming off than those, but nonetheless. All right, and that should do it. And again, all of these, it's 10 1967 Topps cards, and I know people often wonder about prices that I paid. I will tell you that these were less than $5 a card. So think about that as you're looking through these and think, was that a good deal? It felt like a really good deal to me. I was really kind of surprised. I think with this listing, one of the reasons that it didn't go so well is it didn't have the better card. It only had one card on the listing, the main image was just one card, and so it looked like that was the only card they were selling. But then once you clicked on that, you could see they had an image of every card, just a separate image, which is not how people usually list lots. But anyway, let's go through these. So again, all 1967 Topps baseball. This is the National League strikeout leaders card. Sandy Koufax on there, pretty sweet card. Jim Bunning and Bob Veal also on that card. Now, of the cards in this lot, this is probably the cheapest one, would be my guess. And it's in pretty nice shape. It's not bad. It's decently centered. The corners aren't bad. I don't see any stains or edge wear or anything like that. Back is pretty nice too. He showed the front and the backs of the cards, which I always appreciate when sellers do that. This is remarkably not the card that I bought this for. I was just pleased to get this. I actually have a copy of this card that was sent to me by one of you awesome people. And so this will be a duplicate to that. And pretty nice card, obviously, for me, an Orioles fan. Pretty delighted about getting another copy of that card. Then we get to one of a couple of Cardinals that are in here. This is Lou Brock, of course, the great base stealer, great hitter, and his 1967 card. This is Brock's rookie, I believe, was in 62, so this is not that far off from his rookie year, like 5 years off of that. So it's a pretty early card for a player who played in the league for a long time. And again, in pretty nice shape. I mean, the corners are not super sharp, but again, not badly centered. A pretty nice looking card. The back is really nice and bright. I mean, these were nice cards. And again, I got them for, just a little under about $5 each, for the whole lot. It was a nice deal. So very happy with how these cards are looking. Here's another Cardinal, as noted. Steve Carlton, the great left-handed pitcher. Now this card, also, pretty nice looking card. The centering isn't as good on this card, and the actual photo of Carlton, the actual image of the player, is a little blurry. It's not quite as sharp as you know, would see on the Lou Brock card, for example, which is a really nice sharp image. The Carlton one is a little blurry, and so that the value on that one is probably a little lower. But I mean, the Lou Brock card, that's at least I would think a $10 card. The Steve Carlton, I feel pretty good about having paid $5 for that, so that's all right. Billy Williams, beautiful sharp image on that card. You can see that, and the centering, not perfect, but not bad, certainly. It looks pretty good. So very nice Billy Williams card there, 1967. And you can see, I mean, it looks like he had this marked as a $10 card, and I got it for about half of that. So pretty happy about that one as well. And Ron Santo, another Cub. Now, of course, the Cubs are a team that a lot of you like. Average Joe is a huge Cubs fan, as is Bart at BC Sports Cards, and quite a few other people have told me that they are big Cubs fans. So always nice to have extra Cubs on hand, especially vintage Cubs that I assume a lot of people do not have. So nice to get that one. Juan Marchal, and this one is, maybe he didn't use these cases to sell the cards. I don't know. I can imagine he would have put $5 on that one. And this one has just toss that right in the circular file. This one also has something weird on the sleeve there, so I'll be re-sleeving this, which I don't usually do live on the channel, but I don't want this one just sitting out without a sleeve, so we'll carefully tuck that in there, and then you can check it out. Very nice Juan Marchal there, and that is centered pretty decently as well. Pretty nice image of that Giants great, and I'm very happy to have that. Juan Marchal, as I think I've said a couple of times on this channel, is the winningest major league pitcher of the 1960s, of the decade of the 1960s. Juan Marchal is the winningest pitcher, so to get Juan Marchal cards from the 60s, I always get kind of a lot of satisfaction out of that. I'm not sure why I feel that way. It's just, I don't know. Any 1960s Juan Marchal, I feel like, hey, that's pretty cool. He was, you know, one of the best, if not the best pitchers of that decade. And he had some stiff competition, too. It's not like he didn't have a lot of great pitchers that he was competing against. Bob Gibson springs to mind, certainly, and Whitey Ford and many others. But he was the guy, so pretty cool. Joe Morgan here, and we just have a few cards left out of this 10-pack of 1967 Topps cards. Really nice Joe Morgan, really sharp, crisp image on that card. The centering is not perfect, but it's not too bad, and the back has a really bright green back there. I mean, that is how the backs of those cards should look, really nice and bright green like that. Very cool to see that. The 8 is on the top loader and not the card. You will be relieved to know, as I am. But really, really nice copy of that card. Fergie Jenkins, the third Cubs card out of here. So we had a couple Cardinals and 3 Cubs. So again, always happy to get extra Cubs cards for those of you who I know really are big fans of them. Nice Fergie Jenkins card there. And the last card is the reason that I really was excited about this lot. It's funny that he put it on the bottom. This is the one that I was most excited about. It is the National League Home Run Leaders card. And Hank Aaron, Dick Allen, and Willie Mays are on that card. I mean, that is a beauty right there. If you know the channel well, you know that I really like to collect Dick Allen cards. I didn't have this one. I also collect Willie Mays cards as well. So this is one that really I've been wanting to add to the collection for a while. And when I saw that it was available in this lot for so cheap, I thought, well, gee, I've got to go for that. So nice copy of that card. I feel really good about that one. That also certainly deserves one of Ryan's card holders, I think. We'll put that over there. There we are. So that is the mail day today. A nice group of 1967 Topps cards. I feel pretty good about that. And then Ohtani rookies and a very nice Pokemon illustration rare. Kind of a weird assortment, but that's just how I collect things. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing this, and I will get back to mail day next week, opening packages and cards and envelopes and letters that you guys have sent me. We'll start that back up again next week. I wanted to actually open these and see these this week because they've been sitting on my shelf for a few weeks now. So very happy with my purchase. You guys let me know what you think in the comments. I always like to know what your opinion is of the stuff that I pick up. And I will be back tomorrow. Of course, Wednesdays is Pack Battle Day, so I'll be back tomorrow battling Average Joe with, I I'm not sure what we're doing tomorrow. I think it might be some vintage packs. We'll have to see. I have to talk to Joe about that. We haven't decided. So we'll find out together tomorrow on the pack battle. Thanks so much for coming out to the channel today, and I will see you back here real soon. As always, happy collecting.